Hello. Everton have survived by the scruff of our necks, really. Unfortunately, this match has been marred by a pitch invasion. If you're watching, give me a hi. Can you hear me okay? I'm still in Goodison. Pretty much on the back. And if you can't hear me, I apologise. Just wanted to give you a bit of the atmosphere. Guys, anyone can hear me, please let me know. Winning, of course, by a goal. All good. Okay, thanks, Dave. As you can see by my smile. I mean, I think that's as good as winning the league. That survival mission with that team. 10 minutes of pout at the end. To be honest, 100 minutes. I'm just looking for the dad. 100 minutes of pout, really, watching Everton today. I've never seen so many police at a match. Just literally hundreds of policemen. Unfortunately, despite Everton putting a statement out and fans saying go on the pitch, we haven't been able to celebrate this one with the dignity that we wanted. But we've done it. The main thing is Everton have singing for Super Kevin Campbell. I was watching the whole Leicester game. It's just incredibly stressful. I mean, we've done it. We've done it with this team. We've done it practically with no striker. The goal, what can you say? Doucouré, unbelievable goal. Unbelievable. Just like you didn't think the goal was going to come from anywhere. And we're practically level. It was like down here somewhere. I think it was around the 18-yard box. I saw a replay. He just catches it so sweetly, and you just don't expect it to go in. I have never seen such a long celebration from Everton. And then 10 minutes of overtime. I've never seen that as well. I mean, I saw 9 last week. We don't see it here very often. Bournemouth, credit to them. They did put up a good fight, considering they didn't have much to play for. They gave us a pretty good game. But I thought we were outstanding today. I was a bit disappointed that at half-time we didn't see Ellis Sims, and I thought Gray was ineffective throughout the game. It'd be interesting to get your comments. We all see the game from different angles. We will be joined by most of our team are in this ground right now. No one's leaving anytime soon. So I just want to check you can all hear me okay. Sounds like you can. I mean, how do we unpick that? I mean, started off, it was 0-0 at half time, and obviously Leicester winning. We know Leeds were kind of out the equation from quite an early stage. That Leicester scoreline with them winning 1-0 at half time put this game in the second half. It just felt so precarious. I've never been so stressed at a match. It never takes chewing gum to the match. I've gone through a whole packet of chewing gum. But just like you didn't know where the goal's going to come from, because they're all great, but they're standing on each other's toes in the field, and no fullbacks, no strikers. Defensively, we're good. We're good. There was a nervousness. It did translate to the players, in my opinion, but hopefully we'll get.
Hello, Stephen. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I hear you. Is it like in the box then?
I can't hear you, but I'm just going to give a very short monologue till we get out the ground. We can't digest this, but of course Everton are staying up. I'm here with Mavsy. We kind of feel like the players should come out to the fans now and really just kind of hold the hands up really for the stinker of the season as well. If I'm honest with you, I'll just show you what's going on at Goodison right now.
Will be a parade.
This is Goodison right now, as you can see. There's something going on.
Listen, unbelievable. I mean, they never make it easy for us. I don't know about you. Could you see the goal coming?
No, to be honest, for a lot of that I thought with 30 minutes left we were down. Someone's been nicked. 30 minutes to go, we were being relegated, and Doucouré with the cleanest strike. The technique was absolutely unbelievable. You saw that quality of the strike from him as well as Brighton.
Absolutely.
Not Matty, live. It's just sheer raw emotion. I thought we were gone. As Lee is saying here, I'm not celebrating it. I didn't run on the pitch. It was relief. I still feel numb. The season's been a disgrace. 36 points. It's horrendous. We'll digest everything, but I didn't expect the goal, Steve. And I did not expect it, really. I thought when Leicester scored, that was the end of it. And we came up trumps with it.
I don't know what exactly we're waiting for, but Everton's winning 1-0 here.
I can't hear you, so I'm going to let you go.
I believe that a lot of people can hear me. So stay tuned. We'll be live for some time. We're going to be joined by all our guests. Well, if you watch the game, we're interested in your comments. We probably will get to them. They're going to probably be later. But your initial reactions, I think everyone is just a mixture of relief, stunned, and it doesn't feel better than last year. It's this last day of the season feeling feel any different. I wasn't here against Palace. My dad was. What's this like compared to last year? Similar. He can't be putting up with the stress every year. Losing his hair. Didn't make many subs, did we? Despite the situation, Dice. Look, we've done the job. You can't criticise anything that's happened here. He's come in. He's had, I think, 17 games. He finished on 36 points. Definitely the record was far superior than the games that went before that. But, I mean, we'll probably be able to just go through the rationale of how we survived at some of the screen, but for now it's just all raw emotion. I've never felt like this towards the end of the game. This has been the most tense affair. We are waiting. We are waiting for some players to come out to a parade, a lap of honour. You know, the club's been mismanaged. There's been problems, strikers, recruitment, injuries, a whole catalogue. Argos would be proud of us. But I think that at the end of the day, what's brought us through is the combination of the players' commitment and the fans. There was stress, there was anxiety, it translated across to the pitch. But at the end of the day, the players were good enough and to survive. Or was it that Leeds, Leicester were just shocking? I mean, at one point, there was no chance of survival. Absolutely no chance. So, anyone that put us down. Interestingly, it looks like Pickford, what a save. He did save us. But also we had a victory. I thought Bournemouth, to their credit, didn't lie down and they played with a lot of spirit, considering. We've got Basil here. Hopefully he can add to the stream. And
hello. I'm finding it very difficult to hear you, Steve. I don't know if the connection
David.
is it's breaking up, Steve. Okay, if anyone can hear Steve, can you please put in the comments if it's not just me who's looking at Steve frozen up there. But I'm sat here in relief more than anything after watching that performance. I hope everyone's feeling slightly better now. You know, at least we've got a few months now where we don't have to suffer any Everton performances, because I don't think I can take any more games after watching that. I was barely able to watch that today. I didn't go, even though I usually go, and I've got my season ticket. I just couldn't stomach it. And yeah, I'm just relieved. Let us know in the comments what you're feeling. Apparently they're doing a lap of honour. From what I saw, they're lining the pitch with stewards. I mean, there was a bit of a pitch invasion which I don't advocate for after mediocrity of a season. But I can see the emotion obviously gets to people, and you just become overwhelmed by it. But Doucouré, as Neil's saying, I don't think I can put the comments up because I'm not logged in. I can hear you now. I think it's come back. What's the emotion outside the ground now, Steve?
Well, I'm just walking down Goodison Road, just like the song, and it's people talking about where they're going to go to find everybody just lying down from the adrenaline. I injured myself for the game. I don't even feel the pain. That much adrenaline.
We're on the move because we got something to prove.
Is there a
Dave, can you hear me?
Oh,
I can hear Ryan. Yeah.
Stevie's signal's so bad. You need to boot Stevie off.
I can't control anything. This stream at the moment. Steve, we can't hear you at all. The Ryan signal was a bit better. It seems like there's a bit of a carnival at Goodison, which obviously you can't blame, but we have to get things right. I mean, the players today, they fought, didn't they? You know, it was a really tough game, mentally really tough. And you, as a fan watching that first half, you're really looking and thinking, where the hell's this goal coming from? Hi, Wes.
All right, Baz.
How are you feeling?
Well, obviously happy, but really? I think, you know, we can't be like this next year. We cannot be getting put through this next year. So, something needs to be sorted.
No, we've got to put a plan in, haven't we? We have to, because we've been through this again, and Connor Cody said this in the interview. It's been the toughest year of his career, he said, and mentally, you know, really difficult, and we just can't be back in this place again. I know we said it last year, but something has to change. I mean, hopefully it starts with this investment. Hopefully that's the catalyst for a new wave where we can start, you know, improving the situation.
We need to get people in who know how to run a football club or a big organisation. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mashiri doesn't seem to be hands-on. You've got Bill Kenwright, who, like, as soon as Mashiri come in, because we didn't have any money under him, he was like a kid in a sweet shop. Go out and spend and go out and buy, you know, overpay money for underrated players. And this is, you know, buying players from relegated teams. You've got, I mean, don't get me wrong, you've got the likes of Maddison, that Tielemans that are at Leicester, very good players, and I'd say either one of them are a drop of that. But, you know, we can't keep playing and buying players from relegated teams because we're just going to end up back in the same situation. But I thought, to be honest, today, every single one of them players was outstanding. Yeah. From the goalie, right up. Okay, Damari Gray, he didn't have much up front, but he run his legs off, the lad.
Yeah, they all did.
You know, and they didn't lose their heads when you know, they could have done when things were going against them. According to Connor Cody, they didn't know what the score was at Leicester until they went in at half time. Now, I find that a bit hard to believe because the crowd pretty much would have told them from, you know, the noise level going from up here to down there. But just made up. I said to Ryan the other day when we went to that event that I had to come on here regardless of, you know, what happens. I'm just pleased that it was a positive result rather than a negative.
Yeah. Well, it would have been a totally different stream. I don't know what I'd be saying if it had gone the other way, but thankfully it didn't. And, you know, as you said, Everton players, they kept their heads. They seem to remain quite calm. And, you know, there is a lack of quality in the squad. I think we know that. We've soured it up over the last 24 months or so. But, you know, they all ran their socks off. They all fought for the ball. You know, they got their tackles in and they made it difficult for Bournemouth. You know, they made it a scrap. the quality wasn't always there, and you were looking, where's this goal?
Right. I mean,
Hang on, Matt.
The thing is as well, right? You've got to give big credit to
Can you hear me?
Sean Dyche for. Yeah, we can hear you.
You can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. You can't hear us.
You can hear us. Just two things very quickly. James Garner at right back. Unbelievable. He's a first choice right back. Oh, absolutely outstanding at right wing back. And Garner Gay was world class in midfield. Won everything. Read the danger. Took the ball. Phenomenal. I'm looking forward for doing more of this later. I'll leave you to it, if that's okay. Because I'm the driver for everyone. Enjoy yourself.
Do it after right.
You're live on YouTube. How are you feeling?
Go on, you blue boys!
But yeah, like I said,
How you feeling?
you got to give massive credit to Dyche.
Too bad. Say hello to 140 people watching you.
All right.
Where you from?
Everybody, Chicago, Illinois.
Up the Toffees! Nice to meet you guys. Funny.
Dyche is just on the telly now. But yeah, you know, considering the shit show that he took over, you know, the downward spiral that we were on, for him to get us out of that relegation zone. And okay, we finished 17th, but it still took a hell of a lot. Sometimes people question his tactics, his lack of subs, his team selections. But ultimately, he's got us over the line with a shower of shite, to be honest.
Yeah, and one of those who's actually shined through since he's come in, and he seems to have got him up to maximum, is Doucouré, in the way that he's utilised him in that team. And I think that's 6 goals from him now since he came in, which is our top scorer as far as I'm aware. Which is
joint. Is he on the? Has McNeil got more? No.
Oh yeah, McNeil might have 6 or 7 now.
But he's another one that's come in. You know, massively improved since Dyche come in. And it's like, you know, you look at the players. Like, for me, it looks like Onana's probably going to get sold. You know what I mean? But you look at the players, and you can probably pick about maybe 4 or 5 out of that whole squad that you'd actually keep. But like Ryan said, where did that performance come from, James Garner?
Inspired.
You know what I mean? Unbelievable. It's like he played there all his life.
Yeah. But he's tenacious, isn't he? He's physical. He's got an engine. He reads the game quite well. He's an intelligent player, Garner. He knows what's happening and where to be. So he can fill in, and he did really well today, didn't he? Did really well.
Brilliant.
Neil struggled a bit more on the other side. I think that left-hand side was struggled a little bit, but the right side, Garner was obviously critical to that. And then you've got the likes of Garner Gay snapping into challenges, winning it. You've got Onana's physicality, turning players, shoving them away. Doucouré's picking up the second balls and driving. It was not an easy game today. With Calvert-Lewin, I think we would have been fine this season. And I think this is the problem. It's got to go down to Mashiri, really, in that sense. That if we just got a half decent striker in, we wouldn't have been in this mess. I don't think. I think we would have been out of this 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. So
yeah, the thing is that his hands are tied because of the poor recruitment in the past. We couldn't afford to go. We couldn't go out and get a striker because we didn't have the money to do it. Plus the fact I think I heard somewhere along the line in the January transfer window, 17 players turned us down. One of them went to Southampton and being relegated anyway.
Yeah.
It's a bit bittersweet, that, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now that we're in the Premier League, there's a lot more certainty, isn't there, in terms of the transfer window? It's extremely difficult in January when things are looking on the slide. Nobody wants to come, and the fans, obviously, at that moment, we were starting to turn, and a few fans were getting a bit over emotional, we could say, with some of the players. So, this is the difficulty, but we've got to start building back from the basics now, gutting what we're
100%,
replacing it, and the strategy. I mean, do you stay with Dyche? I guess you do at this point. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's come in and proved that he can do a job for us, but whether he's the man to I mean, don't get me wrong. I said to me mate before, he messaged me on WhatsApp and said to me mate before, because he's a red, and he said you'll be in the same position next year. I said I know, but we need to sort out the chairman. We need to sort out what's happening with the investments and stuff like that. I said, but right now, right at this present moment in time, I'll settle for mid-table mediocrity for the next 3-4 years while we rebuild the whole club from top to bottom. As long as we're not in that relegation scrap, I'll quite happily finish 12th, 11th, 10th. No problem at all with that.
No, I'd agree with that. We just want stability, really, at this moment. We just want not to have to go through this turmoil, and you've got to build. You can't build it within 5 minutes, but you can disassemble it very, very quick, which we proved after Ancelotti left.
We can't. The thing is, the fans can't keep dragging them over the line. It's as simple as that. The fans can only do so much. The fans and the players played the part today, but if it wasn't for the fact that the players hadn't played the part for most of the season, they wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. The fans wouldn't have had to drag them out of it. They can't keep doing it. Can't expect the fans to keep doing it.
Yeah. It's interesting that we're obviously sat at home and we're a lot more calmer and just more relieved. And then you've got the likes of Steve and Ryan, obviously, who've just been through that in person, the turmoil and the emotion, and they're more kind of overjoyed with celebration. But it's obviously different ways of coming at it. I think once they've settled down, they'll realize we have to sort this mess out, because it's not about today. Today was just get the job done. You've got to get it done somehow, and then we move on.
Yeah, but that's it. The emotion of being at the game, around the fans that are all emotional as well. It's obviously a thing, but to be honest, I've been relatively calm. Obviously, I was breaking it when Leicester went 1-0 up, but I've been relatively calm leading up to the kick-off, and I've been relatively calm throughout the whole game, because my philosophy is they've got us into this situation. It's not us fans that have got them into that situation. So it's up to them to rectify that and to give something back to the fans. And to be fair to them, they've done that today, but they haven't done it for most of the season, and that's why we were in the mess we are. And they didn't do it last season. So it's just if we're not careful, it's just going to snowball.
No, and we've gone from 16th to 17th now, and you're looking at it thinking, well, you're either going down next season or you're not. You've got to make big changes, and it's got to be.
That's the way it's heading, isn't it? That's the way it's heading. If things don't change, is that only so much we'll be able to keep fighting before it's inevitable that we're gonna drop out the league.
Yeah.
So,
I must say there were moments, as you say, after Leicester scored, I was really just sat there a bit deflated, because you just don't know where it's coming from, with no target man, with making bad decisions in the final third, and it's fine margins, isn't it?
Yeah.
One pattern of play, and it's we're saved for another year. But
well, even when Tarkowski made that error at the back, you think, oh my God, not again. And usually this season and last season, we were punished from making them silly mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, he got away with it because of Mina made an absolute tremendous block. But, you know, I looked at it come up on Sky. I don't know whether he was watching it, but it showed the pictures of the Leicester players waiting for our game to finish. And you had that Yuri Tielemans, you know, stood in the middle of the pitch. Now, he's not even bothered the fact that they've gone down because he's going to remain in the Premier League. Now, you look at him and you look at Yerry Mina, who's leaving. He said to everybody he's leaving. And he was fighting till the last for that club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the difference between being an Evertonian and being a Leicester City player.
Mm.
Like Alan Ball said many years ago, once Everton's touched you, not and never will be the same again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They all fought today, didn't they? I mean, even like you've got Connor Cody at the back there, who might not play for us again because his loan's expiring, and he makes the goal line clearance. You know, and he's putting his body on the line, and you've got Mina smashing into things and defending his teammates when they're getting into fights. And you know, there was a camaraderie and a spirit today, and
togetherness. Yeah, but like you say, I mean, don't get me. I don't know how Connor Cody got that one off the line because he could have easily scuffed that into his own net.
Yeah.
It's
fine margin. It's heart in mouth moments. It really was, and especially making it 10 minutes of injury time. If you'd been in the stadium at that point, I'm sure you know you lose of time, and you just want the whistle to blow.
Yeah, that 10 minutes would have felt like an hour in that stadium.
Yeah,
but you look at the thing is, it's like then they were going down in the 10 minutes of injury time, and I'm thinking, get up, because the ref's just going to add more time on. It didn't make sense to me that, all right, Connor Cody got stood on. He was genuinely injured. He had Damari Gray sitting in the box when there was a sub about to be made. He could have just trotted off the pitch instead of waiting for the physio to come on and then walk off with them. I thought all you're doing is giving the ref more time to add on. Fortunately, they didn't score, but you just
Hello.
All right, Mabs.
Yeah, I'm more numb than like. I don't know how I feel. I feel weird. I don't feel like we've won a game or we've stayed up. We should never be in a position as.
Relief.
It's not time to start.
Relief.
I'm not even relieved. I'm numb. I can't feel anything. It's just like we should never be in a position.
No, we shouldn't. But we were for another year. We can't be in this position next year.
Does Jasmine know she's on Sky Sports?
What?
Was you on Sky Sports?
Wearing sunglasses today and I think.
All right, mate. Why am I on Sky Sports?
Is he looking like one of the men in black?
I can't.
Look now, yeah.
Is that me? How embarrassing.
Yeah, that's you.
You're on Sky Sports. They paused in on you.
I told her not to wear pink today. I said, wear blue. You must wear blue. Everyone needs to wear blue. I'm so glad she wore pink like JJ.
I'm fuming. I did not give permission for Sky to put my picture on.
You're on the main game.
I'm on the wall.
That's good.
Breaking up.
Oh well, we were. I thought, how am I on Sky? I'm at bloody top balcony. No one should see me.
How did you get you? You're not equal with that.
I want to see the picture, but I'm embarrassed. I'm fuming.
You're
I'm fuming because I'm on his channel.
It's just we're all mixing emotions right now.
Yeah. So, what was the general consensus?
To a man, everybody was brilliant.
I think I was shouting a lot.
What was Sky saying?
What was Guy saying?
I haven't really listened to what they said after the game. I've
Yeah.
muted it to go on here.
I
But-
think they said, we can't be in this position again. We've already done it before.
Changes need to happen because we as a loyal fan base do not deserve this season after season after season.
No, we can't keep going through it. But like I just said, Mabsy, right? If there's going to be a rebuild in the club, I'll settle for mid-table, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, whatever it'll be for the next 4 or 5 years. I'll be happy with that, just as long as we're not in one of these again.
What up? What up? What up? Da-da-da-da-da-da. What up? What up? What up?
Yeah, it's just anyone. Domino Chris is not left the channel. He's still with us. He is quite literally just doing a challenge in America. So he's visiting 30 stadiums, baseball stadiums across America. So actually, that's where he is. Not an untoward.
The road, isn't he? He's on the road.
Barry Godfrey, what a name.
So yeah.
So out of the current crop that we've got now, obviously take Mina out, probably Onana. Who would you keep?
James Gardner, like without a shadow of doubt.
And you right back.
You played well at
Yeah,
right
yeah,
back,
I was
didn't
playing right back, absolutely fantastic.
Go on, who else?
Very,
Doucouré's obviously
very
staying for
sketchy,
another
to be
year.
fair. What?
Who?
I
Doucouré's
don't know.
obviously staying for another year.
Yeah.
Tarkovsky.
Obviously, yeah.
And
I have not got pens here. This is not trial. Hung up to on me head. Does someone else look like me?
straight out of the 80s.
Did you hear that, John?
Human.
She's fuming, apparently, Wazzo.
No, I made up.
Human.
He took it. No, do you know what I was fuming? I was shouting Dice. I was going, Dice, subs. Everyone looked knackered. I was going, why is he not getting no one on? I've never seen a warm-up team run the whole of the match.
Very
Really good point. He doesn't like subs, does he, at all?
Who's he putting on?
Yeah, we had nobody to put on, did we? We only had the bench of 8.
Kids.
Yeah, and we had two goalkeepers as subs as well. What the fuck's that about?
Maybe we could have took two outfield players off and played 3 goalies.
I thought at one point it's going to put Michael Keane on and go for like 6 at the back.
I thought a time should have come where he put Keane on to shore it up.
Wow, Amanda Stevens just sent £5.
Oh.
Wow, thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
It's David, not Mapsy.
So yeah, so absolutely just staying up.
Up the Toffees!
The thing is now, how quickly do you think this investment's going to come? Because I think it could be done this week.
What, £5?
It's got to be done. It's got to be done soon, so we can start like planning for next season. It's got to be. But then I don't know if it's going to be MSP or 777. Who knows? And what the actual offers are, because no one actually knows. It's all rumours, isn't it?
It's looking more like MSP because they've been given exclusivity. Now, that's just going to be a percentage share of maybe 20-25%. Now, ultimately, we need a whole change of ownership to get this club, because Mashiri doesn't seem to be interested in the daily runnings of the club, the comings and goings. So we need a buyout, not just a 25% investment.
Totally agree. But that's what he's selling, though, isn't it? Who knows? Mr. Police, guys, would you keep Daesh, Mabsy? Yeah. You know what? I would. At the end of the day, he's done his job, right? Okay, this team isn't his. He's had no support at all. Have we got Dynamo coming on? David.
Chris.
Yeah, apparently he's in front of the WhatsApp group. He's coming on.
Not that I know of, but he's welcome to come in. Obviously, I've got to drop out any second because I've got my very last deadline for
David, you're free to go.
today. So I've got a long night ahead of work. I can't control the stream to let Chris in though.
Chris is literally backstage, mate. That's what he's trying to say.
I can't press anything though. I can't.
Hang on, let's see if I can do it.
I was the host before, but I'm not hosting now.
No, I am.
I was.
I'm logged in. There we go. Add to stream on.
I will sign off.
There's Domino.
Oh, you rookies. I have to teach you how to do this. Up the fucking Toffees!
Oh my God, you've got no hair.
No, I never did. My
We've
God.
never seen you without a hat on.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I've always got that beanie on, don't I? Yeah, fair point. Okay. Yeah, I'm about as physically and mentally and emotionally drained as everybody else can imagine. Somewhere out there's probably footage of me crying after the game, which no one will ever see.
Chris, before you go any further, do you realise your steering wheel's on the wrong side?
I'll take the car in and have them check on that. But listen, it's I stopped. I had it on in the car when I was driving. I stopped off to watch the last 25 minutes or so, which seemed like about 2 or 3 hours, as I'm sure has been said already. Obviously, when Leicester go up, I've got the broadcasts on my phone, so when Leicester go up, they update us right away, and then all of a sudden, your heart kind of sinks a little bit. But to be honest with you, to me, it didn't really change much anyway, because I always thought it was all going to come down. We had to score, and while there were a bit of nerves, we dominated most of the first half. We arguably should have had a goal. So I did think a goal was coming. I was more concerned about us conceding than anything else. But, I mean, we obviously saw how it played out. What a strike from Doucouré. That one's going to go down in history for a long, long time. I very much hope to see resignations on desks tomorrow morning. I don't expect it, but I think that's what we all are hoping for. But I'm not going to break down anything or nitpick anything other than the team got the job done, no matter what you think of them, no matter how rough of a couple of years it's been. When we needed them the most, they came through, especially the defense. Massive shout to Connor Cody and Mina, Tarkovsky, and everybody back there. Let's just enjoy the day is what I can say. I know there's a lot of tension between Evertonians right now, but let's just do our best to enjoy it.
Wise words.
And don't do anything stupid, everyone. I know no one's going to listen to me, but try and at least keep a clear head. We'll see. A lot of nonsense tonight in Liverpool, but... Hey, up.
Hey,
Was
Greg.
there any like cop fights around the ground?
Didn't see any of them. Like what?
No, the relegation party has
been cancelled. They wanted 6:30, I think.
That match of the day will absolutely love that. The drama of Leicester winning and at one point Everton being relegated with 35 minutes to go from that and the scenes in the crowd. Could you imagine that? I mean, looking at that back, and we're going to enjoy watching it back tonight. Those horrible Leicester fans who sing "Feed the Scousers," they're gone. Goodbye, Leicester. Goodbye, Leeds. Goodbye.
You know what? As well, though, Leicester won't come back up next season.
Hopefully not.
They won't, because the likes of the two best players are leaving.
Yeah, but we said that about Burnley, though. We said that about Burnley, who sold all of their players, and Burnley shot back up. I agree with you. I don't think it's likely. We just never know. You don't know what's going to happen in the summer.
But Dad and I were just talking about what the players do. The big problem for Leicester, shout out to them, they've got, basically done it all and a bit more. I've actually had texts from Leicester fans saying congratulations to Everton, so I've done it with some dignity. They missed Michael in goal. I mean,
What's going on there? Stevie, you're breaking up, son. Oh dear.
Doesn't look like you.
She's about 50.
Let's have a look at your nails.
I've got no nails on.
That's not you.
That's not me. Someone's trying to be me.
Right.
So where are you all off then? He's going to have a drink back home, or?
Yeah, well, I'm going out to see my mate's band tonight in Penny Lane, so just going to go out, get changed, get a shower and stuff, and then go out back out.
God.
Yes.
What about the rest of the gang?
What are you all doing? Just
Probably go out, I think. Have something to eat, celebrate this 17th place. I did say at the beginning of the season that we were going to finish 17th, but everyone seemed to think it was going to be better than that, and I didn't. I said 17th. Didn't think it would be down to this.
After last season, though, Stevie, that wasn't really a hard prediction.
No, it wasn't, but a lot of people were a lot more optimistic than me on our channel and our guests. No one seemed to think that it was going to be anywhere near this close. No one put us down, but it's too close for comfort. Oh, please don't do this to us again. I can't. I've never been so stressed at a match in my life.
I said to somebody at the beginning of the season, we won't go down. I never said we'd finish 17th, but I said I don't think we'd go down this season.
no, it's just too close for comfort again. It just can't happen again.
That's great.
So, Chris, whereabouts are you now then?
He's just stopped off to get a cat.
Driving up from Southern California to Northern California. I'll be very near San Francisco tonight, and then tomorrow up to Seattle, Washington. So always on the move.
How many have you done now?
Tonight will be number 5. Five of 30. Also, everyone on here, you've heard this live. When this goes well, everyone who's following my baseball tour on Twitter at @RealDominoCrest, if this goes well, or when this goes well, I will be doing the 92 next year in England. So I don't know how that's even going to go or how I can even manage that, but that's going to be a lot of fun too. So we'll see who can follow along for that as well.
Is this all for charity, mate?
Follow.
Well, I can't wait to go to Luton away.
Yeah.
That's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 1,000 tickets, is that?
Not even 1,000.
Another below standard ground that we have to visit.
No, they can't. So it's 10%, isn't it? Of the grounds, 10,000. So
Also,
it is 10%.
got some other good news. Today, everyone who's been following my fantasy football, I had one change to make. I sold Erling Haaland. I bought Harry Kane. And as a result, I have won every single one of my leagues. So much celebration today.
Well then, Chris.
So much celebration.
This is just literally pulled over and put a cap on because he didn't want to show his baldy head.
Yeah, I got tired of getting made fun of. I don't take it well.
Can everyone please like and follow and subscribe Everton? Follow Everton
for next season.
Have you been drinking?
Click it now.
Yeah, and the season isn't over as far as Follow Everton is concerned. We're going to be throughout the pre-season and close season trying to unpick what mess we've got to pick up with.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we should have a season review.
Ryan's going to host a phone and Jasmine and I are going to go out and enjoy ourselves. But yeah, I think
you've had enough, Jasmine.
What?
I can't wait for this phone in. Good luck, Ryan. That's going to be I don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah, that's going to go on for about 12 hours, that phone in. More like Inquest.
Yeah. Should we?
Yeah,
Don't click end.
No.
Don't click end, Mapsy. How
You're
dare
not allowed
you?
to do that. Do you remember what happened last
Yeah,
time?
but I'm the only one that can actually end it. Oh, Chris. Who can end it as well?
Pass it to Stephen.
Okay.
Follow, subscribe, and all that.
What have you done?
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah,
Cheers.
I'm on as Andy now. Yeah, cheers, Chris. Really good to see you. Look forward to doing
Good to
that.
see you guys. Everyone,
Maybe you can
sure if we're taking off, but I'm going to take off. But yeah,
Yeah,
cheers, everyone. Everyone be safe. Up the Toffees, all that good stuff. Better days are ahead.
absolutely, and we'll be unpicking it with Jeff's going to be on the channel in the close season. We'll have John. He was at the game with Jan. Ryan has a lot to say about the match. There's still lots to come at the moment. There's a mixture of emotions. Mabsy clearly frustrated. I'm more on the elated side of things, whereas I don't know about you. Maybe you're more like Mabsy, but I'm kind of like, we didn't expect this, but I'm going to start getting through some comments. Andy says we did. So let's start going through some comments. Wes, do you think?
Yeah, I don't even know how to get them up.
Oh, don't worry about it. So basically, Everton, if you just joined us, obviously Everton surviving by the skin of our teeth. Match of the day is going to be a hell of a watch today because I think every game looked like there was some sort of entertainment factor. But what are your comments? What did you think of the performance? I mean, Wes, you said to a man pretty much that it was outstanding. I'm with Mr. Blue Skies. The Pickford save near the end. Well, it wasn't that near the end, was it? Felt like it was about 25 minutes from the whistle.
And he had a dislocated finger by the looks of things.
What, seriously?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think that's what the stoppage was for, because he dislocated his finger and they were giving him some treatments up by the goal.
Eugene says, what's the man of the match? For you, who was it?
Everton man of the match got to be Doucouré, hasn't he?
Doucouré.
Either him or Garner. Doucouré or Garner.
Did you think the goal was going to come, Wes?
Stevie, I've got a song.
Yeah.
When the ball hits the goal and the Toffees stay up, that's Doucouré.
Yeah, I did think the goal was going to come, but I also thought there was going to be a goal come from them as well.
Yeah. I thought Bournemouth, to their credit, did actually give us a good game, and they could have just lied down and let us have it. And
we were slow off the blocks, I think, and then like they sort of dominated for 10 minutes, and then we grew into the game, and we were the better team overall on the day. They had nothing to play for. We knew they had nothing to play for, but they still put up a bit of a fight. Fair play to them, you know what I mean?
Thanks to Mina, by the way. He thought he played quite well. He says he's on his way out. I mean, he was kind of injury prone, but he's gone now.
This is what I said to your David before, is that they had the Tielemans, the Leicester players Tielemans on the pitch, looking as if he was bothered that they'd gone down.
Trevor says, what's the plan for next season? The plan is to buy a striker, but whether we do or not.
One that hasn't got Weetabix legs.
Jack says Mina was a monster today.
Yeah. Like I was saying,
he was immense, wasn't he?
Tielemans was on the pitch.
And Cody. I thought Cody was outstanding.
Well, they said before the game on Sky, which you wouldn't have seen, that Cody knows how to play in the back three like the back of his hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was such a genius from Dice to play a back three with him in it.
Whereas it was all he could have done. I know we did the preview stream and we put McNeil. I thought McNeil, obviously, he got caught out. I shouldn't be critical. He got caught out and he wasn't effective going forward. So it didn't really work, but I don't think we had any other options. We're surprised to see Iwobi in front of McNeil. Thought Iwobi run his socks off, so did Doucouré. Everyone put in a shift. You can't really blame any of them.
Yeah,
but it could have been a draw. I mean,
it was just that like having Gray up front, he doesn't because he's not a striker. He doesn't know where he needs to be. Like an out-and-out striker knows where he needs to be, as in positional wise, when balls are crossed into the box. There was one, I think it was McNeil crossed one into the box, and he was stood on the edge of the 18-yard line, and you think, get into the box, have a gamble and get forward. Whereas at DCL would have been in there.
There were a number of chances like that where I said to my dad that, you know, the balls were actually quite good. The balls into the box were inviting for a striker that's like a 6-yard
post. In there.
But there was no one in there. And well, that's good hope for next season because maybe the players aren't that bad. It's just that we haven't had the strikers. Because I think that the general consensus, hi Kevin, says is get 2 strikers. But we do need a squad of strikers. Most like Liverpool have just said goodbye to one of their strikers who've been with them for a while. I'm glad that he's gone. What's his name? The Brazilian guy, Firmino. But they've always had 5 strikers, and we can't even get 2 strikers. I mean, that's got to be the plan A. And then obviously we should have fullbacks back. I don't think they're all that though, Wes, but that's the conversation for another day. But I like Garner did extremely well at right back today.
He did, and he's obviously an option in the future. But ultimately, you want you can't spend £600 million and not have backup players for each position. You can't do that as a football club. I mean, we've lost both of our fullbacks in the space of a couple of weeks. We've lost two right backs, one after the other, and we're reduced to playing James Garner at right back, and he was brilliant. You know what I mean? But going forward, he's not the full time. He's not the full time solution, is he?
No, but if you think about it, at least 3, maybe 5 players would have made the Everton starting lineup. Mikalenko would have probably played. Calvert-Lewin would have played. And then I don't know whether Townsend's going to feature again, but there's a number of players that would have probably played if they weren't injured. I thought that he was brave but left out Keane. It was probably the right thing to do. Shout out to Michael Keane. He did score a really cracking goal against Tottenham and has played his heart.
We don't want to be seeing him there next season.
But he was a risk to play, and I thought Cody's interceptions in this match were outstanding. Defensively, he was commanding, and him, Tarkowski and Mina looked immense during this game. The problem was that they didn't have an awful lot of protection on either flank, and I felt like a lot of our midfielders were doing similar jobs. Gray was ineffective. I agree with you. It wasn't his fault though. But
no, we run his legs off.
We lost the toss, of course, originally, but when he did try and attack the park end in the second half, he had a decent chance. He looked absolutely screwed. He looked like he was just like he was knackered.
Did you get any sort of feedback around the ground about why Mikalenko weren't playing? Did he fail a late fitness test or what?
Who was this? Sorry,
Mikalenko.
Yeah, I don't know whether he was even. Yeah, because he didn't mention Mikalenko, did he? Probably a late fitness test.
Yeah.
Was he on the bench? Probably not. The Blues, I'm with him. The Gray should have been an impact sub. I think Gray could have played really well in this game as a winger, because we had a lot of breakaways. But Gray isn't good as the last man, and they didn't leave enough space for us to just run in behind. So, Gray, he put in a shift. Everyone did.
He had that header that he should have scored. But this is the thing that if we'd have had a Calvert-Lewin and we'd have had a Patterson or a Coleman or we'd have had a Mikalenko, we probably would have been more comfortable in that game. We probably would have won that 2 or 3-0.
Jack says, "Could you believe we held on?" I mean, I thought when we got 1-0, I thought there's no way we're letting go of this. But at the same time, you just know that one goal can change the game. And as Bournemouth were in our half, it was hearts in the mouth time. It was very stressful. But we knew that Leicester were 2-1 up at that point, and I think the whistle went there a lot earlier than at Goodison. And it was just I thought we did really well in the last 5 minutes of added to just kill the time and just get ourselves to every ball and all that. But it was really holding on towards the end, and I would have liked us to, at half time, I really personally wanted a striker on, Gray off, or somebody off. There was talk on Sky.
He said on Sky that for Dice not to panic. There's 45 minutes to go. He doesn't need to throw a striker on, with 45 minutes to go. If it gets to 65, 70 minutes and it's still 0-0, that's when he needs to throw a striker on. And he didn't panic. He's been there before, remember, Dice. So I'm just gonna go and let me dog out because he keeps Okay.
You can wrap up whenever. Blue Nose Kid Dublin's got a funny comment. He says the euphoria of staying up feels the same as when the ex said she was leaving. Well, no comment to that. But yeah, I think that there are going to be a number of players that have gone that are going. We need to sign some. I mean, but you know what Everton will do. We know this for a fact. They'll leave it to the last minute. We'll bring our kit out like the day before the season starts. There won't be enough kits to go around, and then we'll sign some striker for free on a loan. And yeah, I hope I'm really wrong.
Very cynical there, Stevie.
Yeah, we got to go into the new. Got to go into the new stadium with a team, and next year, maybe we need to be realistic with where we are, rather than. I think a lot of fans thought we were going to finish a lot higher this year with Lampard rebuilding, but no. Dyche is for me. Dyche is the right guy. Whereas I think we need to be realistic with where we are.
Well, ultimately, you know, he worked wonders at Burnley on a shoestring. You know what I mean? So obviously, like, we might not have a lot of money to spend ourselves in the summer.
No.
So, you know,
we've got a £5 investment on the channel, by the way. If you do want to donate to the channel, we will put it to very good use. We won't spend it on the slap-up meal, I promise. Every penny that goes into the channel is used to fund streaming. It's used to fund everything that we do, hosting. We maybe even, if you donate more, we maybe even be able to upgrade to HD, and we might even be able to buy Jeff a lithium battery that he can use to stop his phone frying eggs during every stream. Please do like this video. It helps it come up in the algorithm. Subscribe. Tell your mates. We're at 2,000 followers and counting. And our aim is to get as many followers as there are in the new stadium, which I believe is about 53,000, is it?
55,000.
So we're quite a way off that first milestone, but our next one will be 5,000. If you tell all your mates, then we'll have 5,000 followers. I think there's a few people that want to know more about your dog. Can you tell us about your dog? What breed? Has he been a blue or she's been a blue?
It's a he. Well, hang on. He's still outside. I don't even know how to. Can you flip this camera around? I don't know.
What does it do?
It is.
That's a good question.
Right now.
Can you see it?
Very cute.
Yeah. He's a blue as well.
Have you got like a little blue collar?
No, he doesn't have one of them. He just roams free, Stevie.
So he plays behind the strikers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, one thing, Wes, I've got really good news on. The season's over. That is the best news I've heard in a while, because I cannot stand any more of this drama. It's been going on and on and on and on. The only break was the World Cup. And it's just been week after week. We've been on every preview, every video, every post-match. It's just been like, we all need a break from it, don't we? Which is exactly why Ryan's doing a 12-hour phone in at 9 o'clock. But no, in all joking, it's definitely, I'm glad it's over, Wes. I'm just so glad it's over now. Can't do any more of it.
I mean, ultimately, it's like, it's the wrong kind of excitement. Do you know what I mean? It's like we could finish mid-table and have nothing to play for, like a Bournemouth. You know what I mean? I prefer to be that than where we've been in the last 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone who's saying goodbye, thank you for joining us for the last hour. Not sure if it's the same stream that I started Goodison Park in, but it feels like some of the adrenaline is wearing off. If you're going to be watching or dialing in, Ryan will be going live around 9 o'clock, right?
It might be about 8:30.
8:30. Ryan is sacrificing his own dinner, so we'll bring him back a greasy fish and chips or something like that for his dinner. But Ryan's got a lot of things to get off his chest, and I'm sure that and every dialer, every phone caller, every person who's got a contribution to make will be featured. It's an inquest, really. How have we ended up doing this? How have we got this far? And also, how have we managed to escape relegation? Are there really 3 sides worse than Everton this season? But anyway, we're going to wrap up with that in an hour.
Oof,
Jasmine
Jesus.
sneezes.
Sorry.
Yeah, and we'll see you again a bit later. There'll be plenty more content from Follow Everton. For everyone who's joined us throughout the season, you got your wish, which is, well, unfortunately, it's not the Premier League. It is survival, but at least we've done it. Wes, it's been a pleasure being on the stream. I'm sure I'll see you on another one soon. Go off and enjoy this one. For everyone watching, thank you. Up the Toffees.
Up the
Up the
Toffees.
Toffees.